Welcome everyone. Today is Monday, April 15th, 2024, and this is a regular meeting of the City of Asbury Park Planning Board. Chairwoman Kurzak, can you please call this meeting to order?
This meeting is being held in compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231, Public Law 1975. Adequate notice of this meeting have been provided to the Coast and Asbury Park Press by publication of the annual meeting notice and posted on the Municipal Bulletin Board and municipal website. All notices are on file with the board secretary. Official action may be taken of the following matters before the board. Fire exits are located in the east and west sides of the council chambers as well as the back of the building. I will ask everybody with a cell phone or other device to kindly silence your device for the duration of this meeting. This meeting is being recorded by APTV for your viewing pleasure. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will now take roll call. James Bonanno.
Here.
Councilwoman Clayton.
Here.
Eric Galpo.
Here.
Jim Henry.
Here.
Mayor Moore.
Here.
Daniel Shinameo.
Here.
Jennifer Souter.
Here.
Vice Chair Gunin.
Here.
And Chairwoman Kurzak.
Here. The first item that we have is a resolution for the Mercy Center. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Members eligible to vote are Barbara Kurzak,
Yes.
James Bonanno,
Yes.
Yvonne Clayton,
Yes.
Michael Gunin,
Yes.
Jim Henry,
Yes.
Daniel Shinameo,
Yes.
and Eric Galpo.
Yes.
Next resolution that we have is for 614 Cookman. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Members that are eligible are Jim Henry,
Yes.
Yvonne Clayton,
Yes.
James Bonanno,
Yes.
Michael Gunin,
Yes.
Barbara Kurzak,
Yes.
Daniel Shinameo.
Yes.
All right, first application is 514 Summerfield Avenue.
So board members, if you recall, this property was an application that we heard, I think, towards the end of last year. It was kind of bifurcated. It was carried to March, and the applicant wasn't ready, so it was carried on the record until tonight's meeting. So there was no need to renotice.
Okay.
If I may, Andrew Karras on behalf of the applicant. We're here as a continuation. This has to do with the transformer that had been previously approved. We're just here for a limited basis tonight, just doing with the plantings around the transformer. So it should be relatively short.
So we already, this application was already approved? Is that what we're saying? Okay, so we're just,
Again, so this is the transformer that provides service to the neighboring property on Bangs.
okay.
This is Summerfield, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So that was approved, but it was bifurcated because at the time, the applicant didn't have approval from the city relative to the Summerfield property. So they needed to get in front of the city and get approval before this board could hear the rest of the application. So it was bifurcated and the
Okay.
balance of it carried.
All right, so it wasn't approved yet, we don't have a resolution yet.
No, we
Not.
We have a resolution.
We have a resolution for the Bangs Avenue property. We do not have a resolution for the Summerfield portion.
No, but we have it for the transformer.
Yes.
And what we're here for tonight is limited to the transformer, the parking lot, where the city and my client, we've agreed to be able to move forward with an interim lot. We're just waiting for the agreement and to work out the terms of that agreement. But the plantings that we're here for tonight, we can proceed with, and that was the purpose of tonight's hearing. We'll be here separately then, seeing that we're allowed to move forward with that parking lot at a separate date, on a separate date.
Okay.
So again, I'm going to have one witness tonight. My engineer, he's testified previously before this board. I'm swear him in, I'll have him qualified.
Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
And if you could state your name for the record and spell it as well?
Joseph Mele, Josephmele.
And your licenses are current?
Correct.
And you're testifying as an engineer?
That's right.
Joe, you've testified before this board on numerous occasions, am I correct?
Yes.
And you've testified before other boards as an engineer throughout the state of New Jersey, am I correct?
Yes.
And you've been qualified as an expert in engineering to provide that testimony, am I correct?
Correct.
Welcome as an engineer, if I may.
Okay.
Joe, you prepared a plan relative to the plantings and the landscaping that surrounds the transformer, am I correct?
That's correct.
And is that the plan that we have up on the screen before us?
Yes, that is the plan that was submitted to the board.
All right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to mark this as A1 for identification for tonight's hearing. Today is the 14th.
Today's 15th.
15th.
Yeah.
Can you just take a look at what the date is on that plan?
That's exactly.
Because the one I have is February 28th.
Can we confirm that?
Okay.
Yes.
28th, all right.
A1 with the date February 28, 2024. We're limited to dealing with the landscaping at today's hearing, so if you can just go through what you have on the plan, what you are proposing relative to the landscaping.
Yes, very simply, we indicated 5 arborvitae across the front of the transformer. The transformer is about, the area of the transformer is about 20 feet wide. The transformer itself is only about 10 feet wide, and you have 5 staggered arborvitae across the front of the transformer between the sidewalk and the transformer itself. The transformer sitting about 10 feet back from the property line, the front property line.
And those arborvitae that you have on there, is that sufficient to screen that transformer from the street, from the sidewalk?
Yes,
And is that the extent of the landscaping that's been provided on this plan?
that's correct.
That's all I have.
So they're the 5 arborvitae, and what is around the transformer? What are those other 5 dots that are?
There are 5 concrete filled steel bollards around the transformer for protection.
I've got some questions concerning the location of that. On your site plan, you don't show the size of the concrete slab on which that pad sits. And you don't show any dimension on your survey from the property line. So how do you know where it's going to be located?
That was part of the last application that previously was approved.
You've submitted a survey with this, and it would seem to me to be prudent to locate on the survey where that pad, where that concrete slab is, where the curb is, and where you locate the transformer pad,
As a condition.
but you don't locate the concrete slab.
We can, as a condition of any approval with regard to the plantings, we can add that to the plan. But as indicated previously, that was approved.
Okay, I don't have an issue with its location, but it's not on the plan. And also, on the survey, if you look at the top of the survey, it says point of beginning lot 3.
Where are you looking?
It's on the survey.
On the plan that's on the board
No,
right now?
no, on the
It's a
next,
survey.
on the survey.
Okay.
On the other one that was provided. On the top left, or
This is-
midpoint, it says
Oh,
point
I
of
see.
beginning lot 3.
Okay?
Okay, go ahead.
And that is predominant. If you look down at the bottom of the lot on the survey, it says point of beginning, and that is where your meets and bounds description starts. It's rather confusing when you look at it. And up on the top of the sheet, the lettering is predominant as compared to at the bottom. I think it needs to be
We can correct that.
fixed
Yeah,
up.
Yeah,
I-
so can you tell me, only because I don't know, now that you're bringing it up, there's a point of the beginning on top and there's a point of beginning on the bottom. What is that?
I could explain that.
Why don't you tell us what
Sure.
that is?
Because I'm a professional land surveyor as well. And when you describe a parcel, a piece of property, whether it's a piece of land or an easement, surveyors prepare these descriptions and they have to have a starting point. That's the point of beginning. The reason the point of beginning out front by Summerfield Avenue is the point of beginning for Lot 3, the entire property. It is a little bigger in text, but you can see it's a little screened, like it's grayed out a bit, and that's because it's already existing. It's something that's not new. The point of beginning down at the back end of the site is a proposed point of beginning. That's why it's black, but the text is a little smaller, so I see your point that it's a bit smaller.
Is that for the easement?
That's a point of beginning for the easement,
Can we
correct?
identify that point of beginning for easement?
Right, for easement. And you could see the reason they started back there is because it seemed to be a logical point, has a good tie-in from the adjacent property, and it doesn't require a few segments to get to that point.
But we can provide clarification
Yeah,
on such a point of
please,
beginning, the right-of-way easement.
When I looked at the meets and bounds description as compared to the survey, right off the bat, I said, oh, this doesn't read right. And then I went back and read the first two paragraphs above the meets and bounds description, paragraph A and B. And, you know, then I understood what you were saying, where you're starting Lot 3. It's the point between Lot 2 and 3.
Yeah, what happens there is there's a few courses to get to that point of
Yes.
beginning, and then you see the point of beginning,
Yeah.
and that describes the easement.
But if you're going to record this with the deed, and this is the attachment to that recording.
Well, it gets recorded with the right-of-way easement that I have submitted,
Yeah.
not the deed.
It needs a little addressing.
Sure.
So are you saying that this does not match this?
It does, but what happens, if you just look at the meets and bounds description starting with 1,
Yes.
if you look at the survey, it says point of beginning, and that's where I would normally look to see where this is. That point of beginning is up here in paragraph A.
Right.
And normally you would start with paragraph 1. If you follow start with paragraph A and then follow with 1, it doesn't read properly. You have to come down and read A, B, and then you get into the point of beginning as he
Right,
describes.
so we need these two revised. We need,
This one is
this
fine.
is right.
Yeah.
We need this revised to reflect
Clarified,
this.
that's all.
Yeah, it
no.
does reflect it. am I correct?
If I could clarify,
Yeah.
they are consistent with each other. The description and the map agree with each other. There are no mistakes.
There are no mistakes.
But to your point, we can call out the point of beginning a little clearer, make those things pop a little more so that the easement looks a little more conspicuous, the description of the easement, to be consistent
Well,
with
it certainly is
the
conspicuous
description.
with the dotted lines and stuff. Easy enough to follow once you get to
Yeah.
the starting point.
Correct.
Just so I'm clear for the record, the document you're pointing to, that's the one titled Private Utility Easement for the Benefit of Lot 10?
Yes,
Right.
that should be also called in as an exhibit.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know we were going to discuss that tonight, but
Well,
we can mark
it was given to us.
But so that easement actually was related to the prior portion of the application, not this portion of the application.
Okay.
That was already approved,
Okay.
although Andy, it was subject to clarifying the meets and bounds. I don't recall getting a copy of the proposed easement though.
I'll send it again,
Yeah.
but I sent it over.
No, I got the drawing. I don't think I got the actual easement draft.
I'll send it in, I'll get that over to you.
Does anybody else, any other planning board member have any questions or concerns? No? Do our professionals have any questions or concerns? Go ahead.
Yeah, so.
Swear in.
We'll swear you both in. You swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I did.
All right, thank you.
As far as the planting design, I would just request that the plan be updated with planting details and notes that are consistent with the requirements of 37 and 12D.
Say that again?
30, 57, and 12D.
Okay. Yep.
And then I do have a question about the proposed lights to be supplied from 520 Bangs Avenue.
On this plan?
On this planting plan, there is a note pointing to a symbol representing a light fixture. It says electrical service to proposed lights to be supplied from 520 Banks Avenue, and there's only 3 light fixture symbols on this plan.
Electrical
Yeah,
service.
right there.
Did we not get those? Is that what you're saying? You're saying we did not get
It was
those?
always supposed to be landscaping, we didn't have any proposed
Didn't-
lighting as part of the transformer application.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe there's lighting, it's just proposed lights. So we haven't come in with any lighting at this point.
Well,
It's electrical service that's being provided, am I
But
correct?
there's lights, that symbol represents, on the other side of the parking area where 2 other lights might be. But they should just, if you're gonna have a note about electrical service, it's great, but there should not be any lighting shown on this plan.
We'll take that up.
Okay, so we'll
That'll
take-
be part of when we come back.
Exactly.
If you agree with the city, correct? All right, that's fine, we can eliminate that for now.
Okay.
okay. So we're going to remove the lighting and we're going to add the planting detail. Right?
And notes.
Notes. Right. Anything else? Or Jason?
Yeah, quick question. Does it make sense to put bollards on the east side of the transformer? Do you have the room to do that?
There appears to be room, but there wouldn't be a conflict with maneuverability there. You're basically on the parking lot is behind the transformers, so you're coming in on the west side of the transformer and you're parking on the south side, and hence
Yeah, I was
the,
just looking at the parking space pointing right at it on lot 4. This is just a suggestion.
No, it makes sense because there's a car that could go right across.
Well, there's a fence.
There's a fence there too?
There's a fence.
Oh, that's right. There's the.
That is correct.
there's a fence and
That's correct.
two curbs and a fence.
What if that fence is taken down
Or run over.
or run over?
Well, we'd like to suggest,
Yeah,
I would suggest that you put 2 ballards there.
that's up to the applicant.
It's fine, we'll put bollards.
Okay, 2 ballards.
How many bollards are you requesting?
I would think it would be the same as the other side, right,
Make it
Jason?
symmetrical then?
We'll put
Yeah.
2.
2 ballards.
Ballots.
What about the irrigation?
That has,
They should be okay. Once they're established, you have to water them, that's part of the notes.
Anything else from our professionals? No? Open up to the public. Any questions from the public? No. Okay. All right, any comments from, can we open up for public comment, please? Motion?
Second.
Any comments from the public? No comments from the public? Let's close public. Motion?
Second.
Okay. Can we get a motion for, actually, you have everything, Jeff, that has been requested? About the planting detail, the removal of the lightings, the ballards, the clarifying point of beginning, so that it equals the easement letter? Is there anything else?
That's all I have.
Okay. All right, can I get a motion for approval based on what we just said?
second.
Okay.
James Bonanno?
Yes.
Councilwoman Clayton?
Yes.
Eric Gallipo?
Yes.
Jim Henry?
Yes.
John Moore?
Yes.
Daniel Shinameo?
Yes.
Jennifer Sauter?
Yes.
Vice Chair Gunnin?
I'm a yes, but I was not at the first hearing, but I caught up to the APTV check.
Okay. Did you provide a certification? Okay. Make sure you get a certification. Any objection, Mr. Harris? Thank you.
And Chairwoman Barbara Kurzak?
Yes.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much.
All right. Anything else? Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn? All
Second.
right. All in favor? Aye.